Hello. So yeah, I'm just starting a little bit of a video devlog here for a game I'm making. So I figured while I'm doing that, I'll just make some short little videos of progression and things I'm implementing. So I've been trying to learn scriptable objects to pretty much just clean up a lot of what I have going on right now and a lot of the clutter. So I got the basics of those down, and I'm gonna use them for just a simple little music manager. So I'm just gonna make a video of doing that here. So right now it's just kind of a quick placeholder music manager. It's just basically a simple audio source with one song on it, and here's the script I use. So it basically just sets it to loop and play that clip. You could have did the same thing in the inspector with play on awake, but I just did it in here, and I'm going to add a scriptable object now. So basically to start it, you just want to create a script, and I'm just going to call this one music list. And this is basically just going to make it simplified, so you have one object you keep in your project folder and you edit everything there instead of having to do it on a music manager and have a different one for different scenes, things like that. This can take care of it all. Okay, so we got the script. We'll load that up. There's no start or update. These objects, they don't have a transform or anything. They don't actually go in the scene view at all. So to make one, you just want to change from inheriting from mono behavior to scriptable object. And then to be able to actually create it, you want to use create asset menu. And you can put in here, why didn't it auto create that? There we go, file name, and we can put a default file name. So I'm just going to do song list, because all this is going to do is keep track of songs. Okay, and then the next item you need is menu item, and the way this one works is it's the folder slash the name you want. So I'm going to do scriptable objects slash we'll do song list. Okay, and that's it to start this one. So I'm just going to save that and go back into Unity, let that compile for a minute. It's a bit slow because it's a pretty big project. Okay, and then to create it, so if you go to the create menu, now we have this scriptable objects menu and then song list. So we make one. I'm good with that default file name. And then this is where you're going to edit everything. So it's basically like working in the inspector, but it's actually in the project view. So let's go back here, and all we're going to do is make a simple array of audio clips. I'm going to call this, you know what, I'm going to categorize them for different parts of the game. So there's going to be ambient music, and then like combat music, other things like that. So I'm going to do them all in this one object. So let's do ambient songs. And then at the same time as making that, I'm going to make a method here that returns one of the audio clips. I'll call it get random ambient song. And all this is going to do is return an ambient song at random.range. We'll go from 0 to ambient songs.length. And that should be it for that script actually. So let's go let that compile again. Yeah, and then while it's compiling, so if you made multiple, you could set them all in here. So you could dump as many songs for each category as you want in here. Using these, you can actually change these at runtime, and it will save because there's nothing in the scene. It's all in the project folder. So yeah, you can do all kind of testing and dump whatever files you want into here, add any variables. Okay, so we got it there. So if we just lock the inspector, pick these 3 songs I got here. Okay, so that's added in. So what we got to do now, you know what, unlock the inspector. On the old one, I'm just going to take that song out of the audio source. We don't want play on wake, any of that stuff. Okay, so that's good. So let's go to the music manager. And now we just got to make a reference to that. So it's going to be the same name. So we called the script music list. So it's going to be music list. I'll just go with my music list. And you'll either want to make it serialized or public. Oh, I'm just going to make it public. Okay, and then what we can do, okay, so we already got it set to loop and play. So actually all we got to do is my audio dot clip equals my music list dot get random ambient song. And let's go back in, let it compile. And the only thing we should have to do right away is just drag in that scriptable object here, and it should be good to go. Okay, so let's add it in and let's test it. Okay, so it's playing one song, and let's make sure it picks random. So we should get another song. Okay, so we're getting random music. Everything seems to be working here. So yeah, okay, so that's the very simplified one. I am going to add things to it later. I just wanted to make something quick right now. I'm going to make sure it checks when the song finishes and then get another random song. Make a little method that I can call from elsewhere for, like I was saying, like if you end up getting in combat in the game, you can tell it to give you a combat song instead. And then in the actual object here, so you can add whatever you want. So I am going to do another one with some like sound effects manager instead of music,